Come on, y'all. Share the video. Let's go. Hey. Ooh, 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 hey. Away, y'all. Hey. Just go away. Hey. Hey. Come on. Hey. Come on. Get him with the body roll. Hey, 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 hey. I got sideways roll. I can't either. I got sideways roll. Oh my goodness. Hello, 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 everybody. All right, we go. We good. So. Welcome to She Said, She Said. Hello, everyone. I am none other than your girl, Majesty.
And I am the minister.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of She Said, She Said. So, this episode...
Oh, wait. Our background music, for those that want to know who it is, we played a little bit last time we were on, but this is from a new artist, Nick Joseph, and this song is Tension. He has another release coming out June 25th. I can't remember the name of that title, but hopefully we'll get about it before we finish up. But if you want to check out this local artist, I encourage you to. Pretty awesome song, Tension. It is now available for you to download.
Yeah, so download the song, get your whole life. Put it on when you're getting sexy and you want all your tensions and inhibitions to go away. Yes. Hey.
Doing the most. Somebody's not playing already out there. Y'all got to help sister.
Oh, because your body. Hey.
Okay, yeah, I'm having too much.
Oh my goodness, we're having a good time today.
Yes.
We are still on birthday behavior because yesterday was the minister's birthday. So your girl Majesty was the surprise along with some other things. And then we went to dinner and we hung out with family. So it was a real good day.
Yeah, it was.
And then today, the minister actually took part in a panel discussion where she was the only woman in an all men's conference. Shout outs to her.
Yes, and actually shout outs to them too for inviting me. That was really a great experience. The Colombian Coffee Club.
Yeah,
I think is what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So it was awesome to be part of that experience of a men's conference and talking about spirituality and faith as it pertains to a same gender loving man and the experiences, and just talking about church and those type of things that we run across.
And it was actually really good to just kind of hear the dialogue back and forth from people from different denominations and have different perspectives on religion within the LGBT black man's experience. So that was something that was awesome. And I actually had it was a good time. It was nice to be all the way in the back because your girl was all the way in the back because, this was for the men. Just sitting there listening. And I think that in today's society, we don't give I'm not going to say I don't think. We don't give black men spaces where they can come and be actually safe to just discuss things. And it was nice to see that these men have created this club where they can come together and just express thoughts, views, and opinions that they may have. So that was an awesome thing to just sit and witness.
Yes, it was.
So let's get to.
Oh, wait a minute. Also, too, you guys, Happy Pride Month. Don't forget the month of June. That's why it's Mother's Day month. It's Pride Month.
And then it's her birthday.
Yes, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
So on top of it being Pride Month, it's her birthday. So she kind of gets it up. Well,
Tori?
Technically for her, she wants to make it her birthday all month long.
Oh, all month, all. So we got some more days left. So, the party is not stopping.
Okay, let me have a little petty moment on the minister here.
Please do, because you gonna get it.
So the minister and I have been together.
Really? You really about to go there?
For 3 years. And for all 3 birthdays, your girl Majesty has done some things to celebrate the boo thing's birthday. I've been here on the day of the birthday.
True.
The very first birthday, I gave her a birthday karaoke party.
Yes. Some of y'all have seen the video online. Shout out to Gil.
We had a lot of fun. Some folks, we did a lot of karaoke. We had some libations. And we had an awesome time. That was year 1.
Yeah.
Year number 2. Your girl Majesty outdid herself. Because not only did I come here and spend the entire week with the minister, but the following week after,
See, you stop what you're doing. Go ahead.
do you know where we went? I took the boo thing to New Orleans for Essence Fest. See, that was the gift too.
It was, but when was that? That was in July.
Okay, that was a week
That
after
was
your
not
birthday.
on my birthday.
It was
my birthday is June 24th or 1st.
And we
that
went in.
festival was around the first week of July, right?
Okay, but that was part of your
Not
birthday.
on my birthday.
Okay, but I was still here on your birthday. The point that I'm trying to make is that your girl Majesty was here on the birthday. I wasn't not here on the birthday. I was here on the birthday. This one trying to get me together talking about I wasn't with her last year for her birthday. All kind of nonsense. I was looking like,
y'all don't believe the hype.
let me tell you, them Facebook memories let you know some things now.
That's what I said. Facebook, the devil.
Facebook ain't the devil.
It's
Facebook,
the devil.
Facebook is the truth. But anywho, this is going to be our controversy episode. As you guys know, we started this podcast just so that people can have different perspectives of from a masculine centered
Right.
to a feminine lesbian, so we can give different dialogues of those things and be able to speak about them freely. So if you guys have been riding with us for the past 2 years,
Yes.
Michael, our very first episode, we were discussing Nicki Minaj. We were in the car. That's how this thing was birthed. Shout out to Light Skin and Tiffany, because if it wasn't for y'all's wedding and that drive from Columbia, South Carolina to St. Louis, we would never started it. But that was our first episode. Our second episode, we talked about Lala Anthony and Carmelo Anthony and the fact that he cheated and got his side chick pregnant. So how is it that 2 whole years later, we come back to that same conversation that we're having right now with these people, and they still fussing? So we're calling this the controversy episode again because everything that we're going to be discussing is going to be is going to be controversial. Our thoughts, views, and opinion are going to be controversial. So I'm going to give the disclaimer right now. If you are for the faint of heart and you are easily offended, hit the X in the top right-hand corner of your Facebook Live and go away.
Enjoy your day.
If you want to have banter with us and go back and forth about what it is that we're about to discuss, please feel free. We have 3 topics that we're going to be discussing today, and politics is going to be one of them. We're also going to be talking about, for those of us in the LGBT community who discuss lifestyle versus life when they're discussing themselves and their sexuality, as well as we're going to discuss the fact that Lala Anthony seemingly does not want anything to do with Carmelo's little bastard child they had outside their marriage.
You strife. That's wrong.
And I'm going to reveal some things because in our conversation, the minister brought something up to me that made me giggle about myself and my own child's father. I still giggled.
You too far ahead. Start the story. You doing too much.
Okay, so as some of y'all know, Father's Day was what, last week? Week before last.
It's June 16th, my mama's birthday.
Okay, so it was last week. Last week was Father's Day. So Lala Anthony did what most married women did to their husbands who they have children together. They decided she posted up a whole photo, a montage of photos and a message to her husband. So the message for her husband was, hey, happy Father's Day to the best dad. Thank you for being an awesome dad to Cayenne. La-di-da-da-da-da-da.
Wait, hold up. That boy name is Cayenne, like cayenne pepper?
Yes. Sips on that.
Cayenne. It's a boy child. A black boy that's going to be a black man. And his name is Cayenne.
Yeah. She talking about me being Patty. Patty right here.
Oh, boy.
So, Cayenne.
Y'all stop naming y'all babies all kinds of stuff. I'm just saying.
Y'all can talk about me all you want. Our children's name are Victoria Isabel. That is her whole first name. Don't judge my baby. But her name is Victoria and Isabel. Ain't nothing crazy about that. Emmanuel and Madison. Yes, our babies need full jobs when they grow up. Sorry, not sorry if you decide to name your child something outside of regular names.
What was the lady's name? Some older lady. Her name is Silk. Y'all, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anywho, so Lala decided to put this post up on IG.
What's she gonna wear, Tori? What's up, Jada?
So she decided to post this IG post up about her son's father.
I'm sorry.
We ain't even, how many minutes in?
Okay, go
We're
ahead.
only 12 minutes
Go ahead,
in.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. So she decided to put this IG post for Father's Day to Carmelo, but she only acknowledged her child with him. She didn't acknowledge the other little side piece baby. It's a side piece baby. That's just
it's an
honest.
outside of marriage child. BPC at least.
It's an outside baby. So what had happened was, for those of y'all who forgot, Carmelo Anthony cheated on Lala, and not only did he cheat on her with some little piece of
Be nice.
What? She was a stripper. That's her profession.
Right, but it had nothing to do with that.
Carmelo Anthony decided to step outside of his marriage with a Tatiana. And what
just because she's stripping doesn't mean she's a Tatiana. I mean, he could have cheated with anybody.
True.
Her profession has nothing to do with the act.
Okay,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
he cheated with Becky.
We always
with the good
demoralize people that do other things that we wouldn't normally do, and we demonize them. That's not okay. I have a problem with that.
Okay, so he had a baby with some chick, and the chick was a stripper. And Lala was in her feelings. No, but I mean that plays into the mentality. I'm sorry.
No,
if you cheat on me,
they're gonna cheat.
Okay,
that has nothing to do with it.
Listen, if you gonna cheat on me, you better cheat on me with Miss America.
A regular woman, huh?
Yeah,
She's an average Judy, an average Becky, not a stripper, not someone named Delicious.
Hey, Delicious.
That makes no sense.
Listen,
it's cheating. It's cheating. It's insignificant as what they're.
We're gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to that because we're gonna get back.
Because women, we do that, especially black women. We will bring somebody down for how they choose to make their money, and I'm like, I'm not
talking about how.
Now hold on. Let me preface this because some of y'all the first video y'all did, they're like, oh yeah. Right. They went a little sideways.
Yeah.
Yes, I am an ordained minister, point blank, period. There's no however, buts to it, nothing like that. This is what I have to say about this. How you choose to make your money, I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. For me personally, it's not something that I would choose to do. But again, I'm not going to demonize criminalize or bring down another person based on what they choose to do. I think we do that so much in society, especially women, especially black women. We real trife with that.
Tori, I'm glad we give you a good laugh because we be cracking up ourselves. Like, people think that we don't. We giggle and laugh with each other all day long. I was pissed this afternoon, and this one was over here trying to make me giggle, trying to be sexy with me, and she knew I wanted to get away from her. I'm like, I just want to clean. Can I clean? Please, Jesus, can I clean? Like, I just want to clean that just so that I can get it off my mind. Anyway. Back to them two. So they had a baby. Well, Carmelo decided to have a baby. So some of y'all on IG got upset with Lala because she did not acknowledge the child that Carmelo has with the side chick. And I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I ain't mad at her. That baby ain't got nothing to do with her. That baby ain't she ain't providing no money for that child, I'm sure. She not
the household is.
Well, the household
I'm sure.
Carmelo better continue to play basketball and get a check so he could pay that child support.
Now, okay, y'all, when she first told me the story, she didn't tell me it had to do with the Facebook post. This is what she said. Let me tell you how she put it. People mad on Instagram and Facebook because what's the girl name?
Because Lala don't want to have nothing to do with the child.
Exactly. That's what she said.
But
she didn't say anything about a Facebook post because I would agree. Like, oh, okay, well, yeah, she's wishing him happy Father's Day on behalf of her child. Cool, not a problem. But what she said is that Lala don't want to have nothing to do with the child.
Well,
she don't want to have nothing to do with the child. She don't have no involvement with the child. She don't be around with the child. It's like they don't exist. Point blank. Period. And I said, I can see both sides because the child could serve as a reminder constantly of what happened. And I said, I would hate to put someone in a position where they are traumatized again. However, .com is not the child's fault at all. And especially if you have other children involved, you should want those siblings to connect because they still are family. Irregardless of the decisions that the adults made that was screwed up, the kids don't deserve to suffer.
Okay, now this is why I have another opinion, and it's going to be controversial. I don't care. Keep your little side baby outside of my house.
Thank you, LJ.
Keep your side baby out my sight. If God forbid, I decided to take you back, and you got a side baby, let me explain something to you. I know that baby didn't do nothing to me, and I'm glad. That child ain't got nothing to do with me. That child ain't asked to be born. That child ain't asked to be here. That was the decision that you and that child's mama decided to deal with when y'all did what y'all did. But if on some off chance that Majesty decided to take you back, let me explain something to you. I don't want to know nothing about your baby. I don't want to know nothing about your baby mama. I don't want to know nothing about nothing that you got going on with that child. I don't want to know if the existence of the child. I don't want to know nothing because you know what? That baby don't got nothing to do with me. That baby is not.
That baby has everything to do with you. If we are together in a relationship, you didn't make the baby, but if you decide to stay and we are in a relationship together as one, this child now has something to do with our family, point blank, period.
No, that child got something to do with you.
No, not just you.
No, because I'm not mothering that child.
You don't necessarily have to mother the child, but you still need to be part of the child's life because the child's going to be around. It's definitely going to be around me. It's going to be around the other siblings. And so you need to act accordingly, but you're not going to treat that child different than you would treat your own children. That's ridiculous.
I'm not going to treat the child any old kind of way. I just don't want no dealings. Like, I don't want to. Let me explain something.
But do you not think that the other children will see that? And how will that affect their relationship?
Well, listen, I'm just
an adult, if you choose to stay, you're going to have to get over your feelings. Point blank, period. Because we raised ill-adjusted kids that turn into adults. And they come up to be like that because of what we did and what they saw.
Listen, my name ain't Rashida or Lala.
I'm Lisa. Hold on. We're going to stop. Okay. Amy Roland. Okay, Nikita. Whatever. You're still on my list. Okay. Tamika said, I am the product of being the outside child, and it did hurt like heck to be an outsider to my dad's family. Exactly.
I'm not saying that the child. Okay, let me be clear on my stance.
Be clear.
My whole thing is this. Majesty, don't want no dealings. Listen to it. No. I'm not gonna stop my significant other from providing for the child. I'm not stopping the significant other from spending time with the child. I'm not stopping the significant other from taking our children to go and get to know that
but
child.
if you are absent from that picture because you don't
That ain't
see
gonna-
yes, it does, because that child knows it.
I ain't reached that level of maturity
right?
yet.
But children are not stupid. And what I'm saying is, if you are an adult, yeah, cheating happened, but if you choose to stay in that relationship, then you need to handle your feelings and learn some type of emotional intelligence, because it's not that child's fault. And you best believe that child knows how you feel.
Well, then you know what? Then now
And that's not okay.
Okay.
Because this is a child that didn't ask to be here.
Okay,
It's a
but
child that didn't ask
I'm
to be in
not
that
going to
situation.
negate. I cannot negate my
It's not
own
negating your
feelings.
feelings, but you can't control them better. And when that child's around, I've seen you being the present people that you know you don't like.
And
And
how
you
I
know,
be?
hold on. And
How
you
I
hold on. And you know they don't like you. And you know they've talked about you, but you've handled yourself accordingly with decorum and class. Point blank period. Have you not?
Yeah, yeah.
And so now we're talking about
I'm
the
a real
child.
petty Betty when that happens, because I be extra when I get in those situations.
Yeah, but it's not okay, and that's what I'm saying. We continue this cycle.
It's not. No, I'm just choosing to exclude myself from that whole mess.
Yes, and you are excluding that child. You think them other kids didn't know? You think them other kids don't see their mama as ghosts? You think that? No, they know. Kids are.
Let me
Y'all
explain.
know these kids are smart. Victoria Isabel.
I know my daughter ex. I know my child. I mean, I know my child. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. For me, myself personally, and this is why I don't stay in situations where cheating and things happen, because I know my level of petty and patience. I don't have it. God did not give me that yet. Y'all keep me in prayer. But however, it's going to take some work. And it's gonna take for me to get over that hurt and pain. And I don't want nobody dictating to me when I need to be over my hurt and when I need to be over my pain.
Yeah, but your hurt and pain still again has nothing to do with that
You're
child.
absolutely right, and
Take
I'm
your hurt
still
and
not
pain
stopping
with the adult in the situation.
But
not
I'm
the
not
child.
stopping. If I am Lala, I'm not stopping Carmelo from going to go and deal with his child.
If I see that every time this person comes around, my mama disappears, or I know my mama looks at them, something ain't right. You know how kids are. When someone tries to post you and the manual's right there, what does he do?
He grabbed my hand.
Exactly. What did Victoria recently do at the movie theaters? The guy trying to give you popcorn. What you looking at? Can we have a popcorn? Thank you. And these are children.
Again.
Perfect example.
And that is a perfect example. Different situations, but I understand. My whole thing is that for me, as Majesty, I'm not built for that. So if I'm not mad at Lala for reveling in her hurt, if that's how she feels, if she don't have nothing to do with that child, I'm sorry.
I'm not mad about the post, but I just hope that when it's just them, the cameras, nobody's taking pictures, and the child's around, that they are able to act as a family and accept and welcome that child, because again, it's not that child's fault, and you can't imagine the type of trauma and hurt that this child grows in.
But see,
as an adult,
I understand.
I'm telling you because I worked in higher education. I work in higher education, and I see these students come in my office every single day, and it has something to do with some type of childhood trauma they face because of the adults in the situation.
I mean, I know myself.
You can't type fast enough, Alicia. Oh, congratulations to you as well, married couples.
I know that for myself, personally speaking, this is part of the reasons why I don't deal with cheating. I'm not an outside child, but I have outside siblings. I have sisters that are younger than me. I have a brother that he and I are only a couple of months apart in age. So I know about the outside children. My mother, I don't even know how that went on because I didn't see it. I don't know what her interpretation about my brother and my sister that my father made with his then he married her, so he eventually married this one. My stepmother, I don't know what it was. I know that the relationship between my stepmother and my mother was very toxic. Partly because of my father. So for me, and I never really had a hatred for my stepmother. I never had a hatred for for my stepmother, but at the end of the day, you know, I can only imagine how my mother felt seeing these outside kids that my father had outside of the two children that he had with her, and then now you got these other plethora of kids. I'm not, you know, I can only imagine my mother's psyche, and me myself knowing that I'm now in a relationship where I have altered my way of thinking, where I don't look at my significant other cheating as an end all be all. That's not to say that your girl
that's growth there, honey. Trying to tell you
that does not mean
not that I'm about to cheat. So hold on, let me get y'all straight. The next thing will say, oh, you know, she was all on Facebook. She's some kind of message. She's cheating. No, not.
That does not mean that I would automatically stay.
Right.
However, I've matured enough in myself and have seen growth in me and in our relationship to where I can now say I would consider, where before there was no consideration, it was an automatic cutoff. And y'all can go back to previous episodes and even on my own show. On my own show, I've said your girl Majesty don't do cheating. So it's come a long way, and that's not to say that I would automatically dismiss the minister if
and
God
not
forbid.
Say I'm out here cheating either. Let me make sure I say that again. Don't be in my DMs because I'm gonna show them to her and she gonna respond because it ain't gonna be me. I'm telling you right now.
I would be the one to respond.
Exactly. I'm quick to. I don't feel like that.
But I can understand the cheat, but then when you bring an added sore. And I hate to refer to the child as a sore, but that's what it essentially is to the
Maybe
other person.
Like
a wound.
Yeah.
It's another wound and a constant reminder that this person was made on the outside of the confines of your marriage. This wasn't a child that you and your husband decided to make. This is a child that was made.
Wife and husband.
Or however, this is a child that you decided to make outside of the confines of your marriage. I don't know if I have the maturity level or the mental capacity to deal with that.
But I think, Felicia, I'm going to come back to what you just said. I think that was a good point. Thank you for sharing. Felicia said you shouldn't stay until you have dealt with your hurt and pain.
You are absolutely
I think
right.
that's a valid thing. I think we rush to reconcile before we've actually reconciled internally. We're trying to fix the external. We ain't fixed the internal yet. We haven't dealt with how we feel, how they feel, what does this mean, how we're proceeding forward. Like, we need to take care of the us before we can, the me, instead of we can take care of the we.
I ain't mad at Lala.
I mean, not about the post. I'm not mad about the post. You didn't present the post as the initial scenario.
Then
until we sat down another way.
I think another piece of it is that social media has a way to polarize things and make them way bigger than what they actually are.
Yeah, because everybody's got opinions.
Yes. And you can have your opinion, but at the end of the day, I still have my feelings. And my feelings are going to trump your opinions. And I'm not upset at Lala for her. If she does not want to have to deal with that child, then she's going to have to rectify that with her and her husband. But for me personally, if God forbid this one came in and was like, yo, I got a brand new baby boy, I would be looking at her like, first of all, you got some serious explaining to do. And then on top of this serious explaining to do, I'm just going to be like, you know what? I can't do this right now.
I can't do this.
I need to go.
We're both leaving. And I'm leaving the baby because something ain't right.
Because I'm not going to be able to do it. Me and Jesus is going to have a one-to-one.
Oh, no.
There's going to be a time where he's going to have to transcend and come to the earth and have a sit down on this couch.
No, he ain't going to transcend. He's going to have to ascend me up there because I'm be through. Like, how the work? Yes. No, ma'am.
I'm going to be like, was she the Virgin Mary? Is it something that I forgot? You know, did something really happen in the midst of our love? Like, you got something. Did you magically possess
I had a comment, but I was like, going to say it.
Did you magically possess me with the power, Lord? Like, if you did, thank you. I would wish you'd give me a hand.
Thank you. Fuck that. I did not consent to that.
Oh, my Father. Oh, my gosh. But yeah, I'm not mad at Lala. I think that, and I know some people are going to read me me and say, "Oh man, just see you trash." Okay, I could be trash. I'm gonna be trash and still be in my feelings.
You're not gonna be trash, baby.
But no, I mean, my opinion is trash, and that's okay.
Opinion, yeah.
I feel how I feel, and again, like we were talking about today, our opinions come from byproducts of our life lessons and things that we have learned and experienced in our lifetime. And for me, I know that I'm just not capable. I don't think I have the capacity, not only in my heart, but probably in my ego, to let that be what it'll be. You get what I'm saying? Because I know ego plays a role in that as well. We don't know if Lala Anthony can't have any more kids. We don't know if that's a struggle for them in their marriage. That can ultimately be a soft spot. Rashida, shouts out to you for having the baby come over to the house. You changing Pampers and giving formula. Girl, bye. Not I, said the cat, because I can't do it.
Hey, Michelle. Tamika said, to be honest, it's not Lala's place to invite, accept, or bring that child around or involve the child. It's the father's job, since he went outside of marriage to create that child. I do agree with part of that he does need to be responsible to bring the child around and those type of things. However, acceptance lays within her. That's not something someone else can force her to do or put on her. But if you do agree to maintain or be part of a situation that you know with what it comes along with, you agree to everything that comes along with it. Okay. For example, you get married to someone, and when you get married, well, hopefully you have some type of counseling or whatever. In the midst of that, you talk about finances, how you're going to raise your child, how you discipline children, where you want to live, what are your beliefs and values as a family, all of those great things. So when we get married, it's not going to surprise you that if I have all this debt and bills, because we would have talked about it, you would have known about it. And so when we said I do, you agree to take on those things with you. Okay. The reason why I preface it that way, if she agreed to stay in this marriage now, with this person that has now another child, you are agreeing to accept everything that comes along with that. And that means being a part of that child's life and family system. You can't pick and choose when it's convenient because you still hurt. That's like saying, oh, because I was hurt, as a youth or whatever, I get to now hurt other people.
Well, hurt people.
They do, but that's still not acceptable.
No, I'm not saying it's acceptable.
It's my responsibility to go deal with my hurt so that I don't continue to hurt somebody else.
Somebody says.
Okay. Francesca, the child isn't at fault, but unfortunately the outside child will be a constant smack in the face of the victim to the victim of the cheating. It will constantly remind the person that their spouse was unfaithful. True. No, it is Carmelo's place to accept, but it should also be respecting Lala's healing because he did damage her. Absolutely. They damaged her. I absolutely agree. There does have to be some type of healing process. Now, I wouldn't be like, oh, go cheat tomorrow. You have the baby and I'm bringing the baby over next week. Yeah, it's going to be a little process.
Listen, see, these are the times I'm so grateful that I'm a whole lesbian because baby mama drama is not my thing. And let me tell you something. The boo thing, I don't bash my baby daddy because I don't feel like I need to. It is what it is. My son's father is who he is. I just choose not to bash him. I can do that in the privacy of my own home. Now what? Because y'all ain't finna look at me crazy. Let me tell y'all, all y'all ladies on Facebook bashing your baby daddies, y'all look stupid as all get out. Because when you laid down with him, you knew he was no good from then. But you decided to procreate with him, and now you gonna make it all of our problem because you procreated with somebody that wasn't worth a damn. That sounds like a personal problem. But recently, my son's father and I were having a little bit of a dialogue. And I said, I really don't care about your kids.
She said dialogue. Y'all. Woo!
And mind you, our child is 19. Okay, but whatever. I had a little bit of a problem. He and I do communicate with one another. We use effective communication when we speak. He is now a married man and he has other children with his wife. I'm fine with that. All I'm saying is, them kids don't got nothing to do with me and mine. My child was born first. He was born in 2000. So that means that my child needs to get what he needs, and that's it. Your situation at the house with you and your wife don't got nothing to do with what's going over here with Majesty and Emmanuel. So you need to deal with that over there, because them babies ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know nothing about them. I don't need to see them. They not mine. I don't do nothing for them. This one was like I was wrong because I didn't consider his kids. What the children got to do with me?
The reason why I say that is, again, it's not the kids' fault. And at the end of the day, no, they're not your kids, but they are your son's siblings. Those are his relatives. Those are his brothers, sisters. I don't know if the girls are male or female, whatever they are. But those are a part of him. And every decision you make, yeah, I know you're making the best interest of your son, but you also have to think about, I'm making this decision that can adversely affect his siblings, that will ultimately affect him as well, or any type of relationship that he could have with his siblings. And I said, like, I mean, okay, transparent moment, it is what it is. My mom would probably be mad, but oh well. I have a sibling I didn't know about. I always thought I was the baby of the family. I didn't find out I had a sibling until my dad's funeral. As a grown woman.
That's deep.
So I couldn't even get a chance to feel some kind of way, because I'm like, dang, there's a whole nother person that shares a piece of me.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have had a relationship with my brother. Mm-hmm. I don't know where he is now. We haven't talked. I try to reach out and communicate, with him. And I'm sure he feels some kind of way as well. And it's unfortunate now, because now you have these two adults that will never have a relationship with one another, and they share intimate DNA with one another.
I mean, that's hard. I mean, the one thing,
exactly.
I'm grateful for my father's. He's been trifling, but I've been grateful that he brought us.
Because your mama could have just like bumped that.
True. Least, he would always bring us together.
Hers, but
neither am I.
Right.
But he brought us all together. He never hid his children. Is I think the biggest piece. He never hid his children. He was like, okay, so this is your brother and this is your sister. Don't ask no questions. Y'all family. Right. And though I felt like there was an explanation that needed to be had, I never disliked him, or as an adult I appreciated the fact that he owned up to the fact that he had children that were outside of my mother and even outside of my stepmother. He brought us and said, okay, y'all can't never say that y'all don't know who each other are. There will never be a surprise, though I did find out a surprise in 2008. However, he did bring it to us and say, okay, here, this is what it is. And like I said, I'm growing every day. I'm maturing every day. The Lord is working on me. Thank y'all for the prayers.
Jesus. Oh, yeah.
But I'm not mad at Lala in particular. And I mean, some people may think that that's petty or whatever. But listen, sometimes I think yes, we are adults, and yes, we have to be the bigger person. However, we also have to take into consideration our own self, our own healing, our own understanding, and our own tolerance of things. And if I'm going to be more of a damage than a help, then let me remove myself from this situation.
And I can dig that. I just know from the other side, as an adult, there will always be an empty spot. That could have been resolved if the adults in the situation made a different decision.
True.
That's all. So.
Don't be bringing me no babies from the outside, do you?
I'm bringing you. She
now,
tried it.
Let's go to the next thing. So our next thing was over this weekend, the Democratic Party. Everybody's running for 2020. We got like 20 candidates.
I don't know. I start counting. I only keep an eye on the few that I keep an eye on.
And everyone descended on Columbia yesterday to have for the fish fry. When I heard that, and then shout outs to my mother-in-law. Mommy was like, y'all going to the fish fry?
I was
no, like, Mommy, we not. No.
Yeah, we going to the fish fry. We going.
No, we not going to the fish fry, Mommy.
No.
Mommy, do you want to go to the... No, it's too many people.
Y'all go.
Y'all go. We don't want to go, but they had a big fish fry. I don't know why they did fish though.
It's the South. Everybody knows we eat fish. That's you want to get. I'm gonna say this. You want to get some colored folks together. Fish fry is where it's at.
Well, they decided to have a fish fry, 45,000 pounds or 45,
I don't remember.
4,000 pounds.
It was like Jesus with the 4 loaves and
two fish.
And 2 fish. It just kept going and going and going and going.
And everybody went out to go get some of this fish fry. And we were talking about some of the candidates and their position on reform, reparations. We were talking about prison reform. We were talking about mass incarceration, the 13th Amendment, and different things like that. And the minister and I share different opinions. I think we're kind of saying the same thing, but
I can't remember.
Yeah, because I felt that you feel that prisons, we need to do away with prisons, and I believe that some people belong in jail.
Some people, like I was telling her, I said I can't agree with the prison system because it is just slavery cloaked. Point blank and period is legalized slavery. So the prison industry, as it stands, needs to be abolished. Point blank, because it is a business. I make money by every head that I have in prison because of the beds they sleep on, the food they eat, the clothes they wear, and I also have them do labor that can help my company while they're in jail. They make cents on a dollar, and then when they get out of jail, not only do they still have a felony and they can't really find another job, which adds to recidivism rates. They can't vote, which means they can't help the changing laws to help them not be in the system and cycle that they're in, nor anyone else coming behind them. And then the third thing is I may even be able to have them pay me more money for keeping them while they're in there.
Okay, now I'm not going to say that the system is not flawed. We all...
That's an understatement. The system is jacked up.
How we even got on the topic of conversation, we were talking about Joe Biden and the fact that that crime bill that was done where mass incarceration had taken place. For those of you,
labeled black folks.
I think that was Hillary Clinton labeled them as super predators.
He continued to use the same verbiage as we are super predators. And he's also stood for segregation. He was one of the ones that pushed that as well, that he wanted to keep segregation back in the day.
Now, no tea, no shade. I think we should go back to segregation.
In a different format.
Be
clear about that. Because
yes, I need to be clear. I think that we should go back to segregation. For those of you who don't know about Black Wall Street, it was a city in Oklahoma, right? That they actually burned down. For those of you who don't know about Black Wall Street was a bustling city. It had all owned black businesses. All the property and land in that area was owned by black people. And it was a riot that they actually went and burned down that entire city. In 2 days, I think it was. They burned down the entire city. I believe that we need to go back to that for a lot of different reasons. I think that we have very much strayed away from what it is to be minorities in this country and how to walk and deal with the pink people accordingly. I think that we depend on them too much, and we've gotten very complacent when it comes to people feeling like we've overcome, we've reached the mountaintop that Martin Luther King talked about because Obama came into presidency. No, Obama was non-threatening. Obama was the white man's okay to us finally having a black president, forgetting that Obama is still half white and has not lived the black experience, not for real. His wife lived the black experience. Barack did not. Let us not forget, he lived on a nice pretty island in Hawaii with some white people. He did not live in the suburbs, in the city of Chicago at the height of the crack era and everything else, and knowing what it is to be black. So with that being said, I felt that the prison system needs to stay in place, but I felt like some people needed to go to jail. Like, if you rob a bank, you know that robbing a bank is wrong. You need to go to jail.
Hey, Ashley.
You know, if you decide to murder people because you feel like it, I believe you need to go to jail. I'm not saying that people need to be put to death. I do not believe in the death penalty. I think that there's too much wrong with that system.
This is the problem that I have, okay? I have an issue with this in several reasons. And Felicia, yeah, I know it is a touchy situation, but we have to really remove our emotions from this and think it from a cultural aspect from our people. Black. I'm only speaking from black perspective. That's all the perspective I can give you from mine. Again, we make up 13%, 17% of the United States population. We have over 80% of the population in prison systems. Now, we are the minority, but we make up the majority of the incarceration rates.
Yeah.
And again, majority of people will leave with a felony. Mm-hmm. That means you can't get financial aid because they stopped giving college degrees
in jail.
Right. So you can't get financial aid, so you can't get educated and do better unless you're going to pay out of pocket or a private loan, but you can't get a private loan because you're a convicted felon. On top of that, there are certain jobs, a lot of them will not hire you because you are a convicted felon. You can't vote, so you can't participate in the political process that may be able to help give you resources or access to resources because you're a convicted felon. Mm-hmm. Now, the issue I have with that is that we created a system where the only way that I may be able to navigate or survive is where I may be forced to commit a crime if I commit a crime. On top of that, we do know disproportionately there's a larger number of black people that are convicted unfairly for crimes they did not commit. Because if I can't afford, if I cannot afford an attorney that is going to be able to focus on my case, that's not a public defender that has a million cases to focus on to try to fight for me, that person will most likely tell me to accept a plea bargain with lesser time. Mm-hmm. Versus taking the risk of being convicted and spending more time. So if I have the choice of public defender, we take it to trial, you get 15 years. Hey, the prosecutor's offering you 2 years, maybe 1 year probation. How likely am I, as a minority that knows I don't have access to resources, as a minority that knows in my community this is problematic, as a minority knowing that I will not have opportunities, but I have a chance to maybe get at least some time off of that. Mm-hmm. Majority of the people, and you may argue with me, a lot of the people in the prison system are not guilty. No, but I would much rather take a plea and get out at some point versus taking the risk of being there forever. And we all know that when a black person stands before a white judge or a majority white jury,
more likely than not, a guilty verdict is given.
It is given.
Now, my thought process is not one of, I do understand that there are those challenges within it. But for me to say that we can live in a world where there is no prison system is crazy. I do agree that there needs to be a reform. I do believe that the mass incarceration that happened with that crime bill only made things worse.
Yes, worse. And it continues to be worse.
And I feel that we have lost an entire generation to the crack era and mass incarceration between the 80s and the early 90s, or late 70s and early 90s. I will say that. But a lot of things that we do need to also understand is that a lot of black lawmakers agreed with the crime bill. Mm-hmm. And we're looking at Joe Biden.
You know why, though? One of the biggest things you can do, a biggest motivator to get anybody to do anything is use fear.
Of course.
People are scared. You get people scared of certain things. It's like they made Islam scary. So anybody that worships Allah is a terrorist. Anyone that comes from the Middle East, we're like, wait a minute, did they have a book bag? Did they put the book bag down? We become scared. Mm-hmm. And fearful. And when you put people in a position where they're scared and fearful, they'll do anything. Yeah. Which means they will pass unjust laws even against their own interests. Which is why you even have people voting for Trump. Yeah, poor white people, white women,
black men,
Hispanic people.
Yeah, the Hispanic people were very disappointed.
Exactly.
But the conversation came around a multitude of different things. I know that immigration is a big thing that everyone is talking about when we're talking about this next election. Mm-hmm. Trump trying to get all the Mexicans out or the illegal aliens out. And for myself, coming from two minority parents who came into this country who came into this country.
I was like, don't have ICE come pick up your peoples now.
No, I mean, listen, my mother is a citizen and my daddy is in the ground. Y'all can't come get him now. But who came into this country, and we are first generation born American citizens. I look at the lens of the immigration laws a little bit different than someone else on the other side of the spectrum, especially having parents who are immigrants. And this was part of our conversation, just the fact that where we can agree on certain things, our life experience has changed a lot of our view in things. A lot of our view in things because of our experiences, because of who we are and how we were brought up. I was brought up in a Dominican household with two parents who happened to be immigrants who immigrated to this country. So I have a little bit more sympathy when I see these people crossing in the border, over the border to offer their children something better. So with that being said, I can be a little bit more sympathetic. This crime bill,
no, that's not true. I told you how I felt. If they are able to make it here, however they make it here, stay. That's how I feel about it. If you can make it here, stay.
I mean, at this point, you know, with racism being what it is in this country, our president perpetuating the hate on all levels, women, black men, children, black women, trans community, just everything, and being so divided, I feel that segregation needs to come back, and I think that we need to make it equal, which comes to our conversation of reparations.
It's never gonna be equal.
Everyone is applauding Elizabeth Warren for her ideas on reparations. Mm-hmm. I and my family will not benefit from reparations. So, and I'm not looking for that break. However, I do believe that African Americans who built this country and their children need to be compensated. Yes. And my whole thing is that I think that we need to be compensated in education, because I think that is the one place where we as minority lack a lot.
I disagree, and the reason why is because even if I allow you, because I'm a person just like that, even if I allow you to get educated, I still can keep you out of being able to use the education you've gained.
But that's where segregation plays a huge role, because then you can create your own wealth and do your own business.
If you're allowed to. You still have to remember that, was it 10%, the top 10% own 90% of the wealth in the nation? The top 10% in the U.S. Imagine the top 10% own 90% of this stuff.
I mean, I get it, but it seems like at the end of the day, the conversation almost seems futile, because it's like at every turn there's a block.
Exactly.
So no matter if
they'll give us education, but they're gonna create another roadblock.
So it's like, where do we begin? You know, am I for reparations? I believe everybody should be paid for their work.
Give
African Americans their reparations back. We also talked about ghetto people and how, you know, some people were thinking that, you know, they just gonna get a check for a couple $1 million and bust it down. And it's funny because Dave Chappelle had a skit where he was like, people got their reparations money and Cadillac became the #1 car dealership in America because everybody went out and bought Escalades.
That is so untasteful but so funny.
But it was a stereotype that has been perpetuated. Yep. And then we had that argument. How many people do we know that would go out and go and do that? No tea, no shade. I know quite a few that would do it.
But she also, like I was telling us, you know quite a few that will not. True. And I think, again, that society has even brainwashed us to think that majority of black people are ghetto and we don't make good financial decisions. And that is just not truth. Majority of us are law-abiding. Majority of us are hard-working. Majority of us are not just, you know, walking around, you know, creating havoc.
True. I mean, there's so many different dynamics to this conversation, and her and I share different views and opinions on a lot of different things, partly because I grew up affluent for a portion of my life, and then not so affluent. So for me, I can see both sides of the coin. I can see living comfortably. I can see living poor. So for me and my experience, I know what it is to be in both. Where for the minister, she's lived middle class for all of her life.
I don't know nothing, y'all, about
And
this. It's okay,
she's viewing things from the lens of a middle class family, being raised by both mother and father, and having access to certain things that for me in my teenage years I was not afforded due to the decisions of grown folks, which are my parents. So I can see things through both lenses. So where I can say, I do believe that we do need prisons. Do I feel that we need prison reform? Yes. But I'm sorry, you robbing a bank don't got nothing to do with your mental capacity.
The bank is insured.
True, the bank is insured, but that's not to say that people do not deserve to go to jail. Do we believe that Dylan Roof does not believe that he shouldn't go to jail?
That's a whole nother issue.
I mean, but I'm just saying, if you know,
and the only reason why, well, see, I can't get into all that. This is Dylan. I just in my.
But that's okay. So let's not use Dylan Roof. Let's use the guy who actually did rape the woman from the Central Park Five. What about him, Reyes? I forget his first name, but I know his last name is Reyes. He raped and killed like women in New York City. Does he not deserve jail?
I think that these be some form of punishment, but does it have to necessarily be jail? I mean, it can be any form of punishment along those lines. I just have an issue with trying to reform a system that is systematically, suppressed and enslaved my people. How are you going to reform it? Tear it down, do something anew.
I can agree, but I still believe that some people
going to reform it to entrap us again. It's the same thing.
I mean, at this point, I think that white people just need to give us an island where all black people could go to and we can live free and bountiful, and just y'all go away.
I ain't saying all that. No.
Just go away.
Be cool and all, but no, I just take me off the island list, please. Take me off the island list. Thank you.
Why not? But I mean, like I said, Black Wall Street was a place where black people were wealthy.
Right, but my thing is, I grew up in a multicultural environment.
You grew up in Germany,
yeah, but no matter what your race was, your religious beliefs, your family makeup, everybody got along. Period. I lived on the military. My dad's closest friend was from Africa. He was an Arabic guy. And I'm like, him and his daughter, we were close friends. German folks, we had Koreans, we had Japanese, we had Irish, it was just a melting pot, and everybody got along. Why do we feel in order for us to make it or be successful, in order for us to live in harmony, that we have to be isolated with my own race? For what?
Because at the end of the day, this world, what makes this world go round is money and racism.
And that's what I'm saying. Then that's the problem. The problem isn't really the color. The problem is the greed. That's the problem. Because I promise you, if someone that's wealthy found out that, your wealth is going to stop unless you let these black folks or these Hispanics, Latinx, and whomever run this company and do whatever. They got some more ideas. I bet they'll get along then. They'll be okay. Tyrone's one of my best friends.
Honey, it's called affirmative action.
Enrique comes over my house. Because they're making the money. Greed is a motivator.
True. I can agree.
Because at the end of the day, my bottom is my dollar bill.
True.
So my thing is, the issue is not all these other outlying things. If you remove, and I know, and I'm just saying, and I'm not saying we're going to do this or anything like that, or it's feasible or realistic, but if we remove the concept of money, a lot of things would change. Because money is only crucial because we give it value.
But diamonds are only
right, but diamonds are only considered worthy of what you pay for them because we say it.
True.
They're just a rock.
True.
Gold is only precious because we say it is.
True.
So if you start breaking down these systematic structures in place that equate wealth with this, that, the other, it wouldn't matter. When back in the day when they had to barter, you have something that I need, I have something you need, and we trade it off. It was a much different world.
True.
Because it wasn't, people paid each other in produce.
Yeah, it wasn't color or anything.
No.
Okay, so I got this, you got that. Let's trade. So yeah, we're not a household divided. We like Elizabeth Warren in her conversation. I think Joe Biden is automatically getting the black vote because of his affiliation with Obama.
I'm just not.
Kamala Harris, though you may be a Sorrow,
I question some of her prosecutor practices.
We still giving you the side eye all kind of ways.
Buttigieg, that's my dude. I'm really hoping that he can turn some eyes and get some conversation going.
I'm not exactly sure who I'm waiting to hear what everyone has to say.
Right.
Because at this point, Elizabeth Warren caught my attention with her whole
she's the only one with
prison reform and her ideas for reparations.
Yeah, she's the only person that has presented any sound policies.
So, period. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that we can't rush to judgment. Don't be so quick to vote for Biden. Because let us not forget, Biden did a lot of things that y'all don't know about.
May the force be with you, Cam.
Oh, my God.
Star Trek.
Anyway.
Society. So, what else we got?
Our last topic is going to be life versus lifestyle. So, for those
you got time for it?
Yeah. Okay. It's not going to be too long. For those of us in the LGBTQIA community, plus, we often, I think, words mean things. And this is where one time words mean something, and we need to be careful in our wording, especially in today's society where the government is constantly trying to find a way and find loopholes into taking away our rights. So in the ministers' conference today, that was one thing that people were discussing, that people say that they live a lifestyle instead of this is just their life.
Right.
And then a lot of cisgendered people can take the word lifestyle into assuming that it is a choice. And it's something that we can turn on and off when we get good and rich.
Right.
And again, this is where words mean things. Mm-hmm. And I think this is where we need to start being cognizant of our language when we start talking about who we are in our sexuality.
And how you identify.
Mm-hmm. I am a lesbian woman. This is my life. Me being a lesbian is not my lifestyle. Now, do my family say that this is a lifestyle? Yes. And I constantly remind them, no, this is my life, boo. Get your life. This is my life.
Right. And I do the same thing. My mom was like, your lifestyle. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It ain't like that. This is not like a stick of gum I chew and spit it out when I'm done with it. I am who I am.
And I think that we need to start being intentional with our words, because they can be misconstrued and used against us at the end of the day.
Right.
Just like the pastor said today that, he allows certain people to use the word lifestyle just because they haven't fully embraced their sexuality and feel that it is okay for them to just say, oh, my lifestyle.
And a lot of that too is we have to think too that I want to say part of that is, for lack of better words, brainwashing. Mm-hmm. They've accepted even society saying that it's our lifestyle, versus this is my life. And so you start to begin to use the terms and verbiage of your oppressor.
Mm-hmm. Like, it needs to, in my opinion, it needs to stop, because we're giving these people the ammunition they need to tear down.
Hey, Kevin.
Our marriage laws, ability to adopt children, right, and have children within the confines of our marriage.
Access to healthcare.
Anything. A bakery.
Anything along those lines.
So it's like when we started to break that down, life and lifestyle. Okay, I like to shop at American Eagle. That's my lifestyle choice. So right. I am an American Eagles girl. Babe could like Old Navy, and that is her lifestyle
choice.
Now, if I am choosing to live my life as a Buddhist, that is my life, because I am devoting my life to that practice. If I want to be a Catholic or a Christian, that is my life. Why is it okay for people to say that is my life? Or if I choose to be a doctor and you a lawyer, and you saying that you being a doctor is your life, not your lifestyle.
I don't think it's a good analogy.
It's not a good one?
No.
Okay.
I think a better analogy to use is Patty saying, you know what, I'm choosing to live my life as a white woman. No. That would be a lifestyle because I'm choosing to be. But the reality is I'm very much black.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what they're trying to say is that, because you can pick and choose whom you choose to love. That's not true.
Got you.
I can pick and choose whether I act upon that love. Mm-hmm. That's true. Just like heterosexual people. You can pick and choose whether you choose to be with the opposite sex or not. That's very true. But my attraction to that, the thing that draws me to that energy, or my desire to act on how I feel is something I do have a choice in. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the distinguishing part. But it becomes a sticky icky wicky, as we say in class, when you try to use that word and you try to use it interchangeably. It's not the same. My attraction to women is not a choice. That's not a lifestyle. That is my life.
Exactly. Like Cam said, the word diet can be interchanged that way too. Right. Like some people, when you automatically say, I'm on a diet,
I won't finish though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You made me lose my train of thought. But go ahead.
But I'll be quiet.
Go ahead. You good, baby.
But like Cam said about the diet piece, if you say I'm on a diet, people automatically assume that you need to lose weight. Right. Or if this is a part of my diet, then people say, oh, well, you losing weight. No, it just means that maybe I'm choosing to be a vegan. The vegan life is my diet. Mm-hmm. That's how I choose to have my diet. Not necessarily meaning I'm trying to get skinty. That's how I choose to eat. So that's a good analogy as well too. But for us in the LGBT community, we have to be very mindful and cognizant and very much aware of our wording when we start to talk about ourselves, not only as individuals, but as a collective, because they're using those very words against us when they're saying, oh, well, it's just a lifestyle.
Right. Like
you can change that.
I'm like,
not really. I can't change my life. I can't change my life. Like, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm going to go find me a whole husband.
No.
Where they do that at? I'm still.
Although,
you ain't gonna
that's
say,
a whole
some of y'all be doing that too.
Woo, y'all trade them and hopscotch. It's okay though. Yes.
Some of y'all be.
How about this is me? I like that, Cam.
Yes,
I like the term. This is just me. Period.
Exactly. So I think that's it.
Yes, I think that's it. So we got a couple of announcements. Turn your music on, please, baby.
Okay.
That we want to make for you guys. We hope that you definitely enjoyed this controversy segment. Controversial.
Yes. Okay. Episode.
Okay. Yes. So just a reminder, you guys, we are sailing away.
Yes.
And next year, October, join us. October 8th through the 13th, 2020. We are going from New York to Bermuda. A lot of people wanted to know when we're going to travel again, where we're going, could they go, how to get involved. This is a way to do that. We have extended the deposit until the 30th, where it is just $50 per a person.
Yeah.
Per person now, okay? It is based on double occupancy. So when you make your reservation with us, you have to pay for both people, or at least the deposit, okay?
Yeah.
And you get your schedule from there. We would love for you to travel with us. Again, this price does include your drinks, your taxes, gratuity, and port fees. You guys don't want to miss this opportunity. We'll be sailing on the Norwegian Encore. It is a new ship. They have a racetrack on there. They have, giant laser tag thing. I mean, the ship is amazing.
It's a brand new ship.
Yes, we are so excited about this opportunity. The other thing that we have is, you guys, for my birthday, I usually try to do some type of community service project. This year, I kicked off on my birthday an educational fundraiser where we are trying to collect, purchase, and give 50 full book bags on August 1st to elementary school students that cannot afford their supplies. For those that don't know, South Carolina ranks number 43 in education.
Yeah.
And part of that is because our youth start off the school year already behind because they don't have the supplies that they need. This is a great opportunity for us to be able to help them at the beginning in order to get what they need and to be successful in the year. We do have a physical drop-off location of where you can take your supplies to, but I just posted the wrong flyer. I'll get it up there. Where you can bring your supplies to if you want to bring them physically versus sending us cash out. This is the location where we're using the Gold Den. It's a new restaurant here in Columbia, South Carolina. They have graciously agreed to be a drop-off location for your school supplies. So if you want to bring your supplies, the book bag, notebook, pencil, paper, all the other good stuff, feel free to come there. It's an operating restaurant, so you can get you a meal, drop off your donation. We would definitely appreciate that, and anything you can do to help will be utilized and given. The other thing is we want to make sure that you tune in to Royal Message with Majesty.
Hey, and that happens every other Monday. Sometimes you might get a bonus Monday in. So this week I will be going live just discussing a bunch of different things. Last week we discussed the Central Park 5, and I had to read that heifer, Linda Fairstein, fulfilled, and we discussed different topics, hot topics, things on social media, and just anything that comes to mind and runs across my social media timeline. So tune in every other Monday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live so you can get my royal messages.
Awesome. And don't forget, you all know that I'm the minister, so we have our next service at the Gathering here in Columbia, South Carolina, July 7th, 11 a.m. Sermon topic, Let Them Hate. Hey. Subtext, just make sure they know how to spell your name, baby. Well, you don't want to miss this sermon topic. I'm really excited about this and cannot wait to be in the place again with you all then.
So yes, that is all that we have for you guys.
Yes.
I hope that you guys have an awesome week. We are going to continue with the birthday behavior.
Whoop, whoop.
We're going out with the family this evening to do some family quality time. I'm meeting my in-laws.
Yes.
Hey.
And Cam, we're going to look that up. IDIC. Please let us know if there's anything, if there's any more details for what we need to find. So we'll look that up later.
Okay, so that is all that we have for you guys tonight. And don't forget to download.
Oh, yeah.
In my body, boo. Hey. Come on. And our bodies, boo. Hey. So make sure that you go and download Tension from Nick Joseph. It is a local talent. It is a friend of ours. He is so awesome. We love you, Joseph. So
and he has a new single coming out June 25th, a couple days, so you don't want to miss that either.
So this was all sexy music. Y'all know y'all get your swerve on the low. Hey.
That's all. All right. You guys take care till next time.
Oh.
Hey. Hey. Y'all take care. Good night.
Good night.